Do you find yourself wishing that there were more hours in the day? Do you find that no matter what, you just don't seem to have enough time to get that workout in? I'm here to share some tips that have helped my athletes and me throughout the years, and I'm sure it'll help you as well. Hi, I'm Tony Cecchine, and welcome to the channel. You know, when we were in school, we were always told what time to be there, what time first period, second period, third period was. If you were involved in sports or any kind of extracurricular activity, you knew what time to be there. Well, as adults, it's up to us to get our schedules in order, and sometimes, frankly, it just gets to be too chaotic. Many times when I get a new student, I ask that person, how important is training to you? And there's really no right or wrong answer. What I'm trying to do is gauge how much effort and emphasis they're going to put on this. And if they tell me, you know, this is serious, I want to do this for the rest of my life, it's a vocation, then I tell them, look, there's a lot of things that I have to teach. It's going to be very time consuming. Let's work on a schedule to make sure that you can fit all of this training in. When you study with me, there's more than just techniques that you have to learn. I tend to focus a lot as well on the mental aspects of training as well as the physical aspects. And the physical aspects I break down into strength and cardiovascular. And those are two separate entities, and they have to be approached differently. In my experience, developing great strength takes a lot more effort than it does to develop great cardiovascular conditioning. Now, I am not talking about setting world records in the bench or setting a world record in the mile. I'm talking about as it pertains to learning how to fight, because that's what it's all about with me, teaching you to become as tough as you can be. I want to be mentally and physically as fresh as I can be when I hit that gym for strength training. And while there's nothing wrong with bodybuilding, my whole approach has always been on core strength. That's what I want to develop. Now, I'm not going to get into specific exercises. That's for another video. But just know that I try to be as fresh as I can be when I'm hitting that gym to lift heavy. Therefore, I try to get my heavy lifts in early in the morning. So this is where it can get a little bit tricky. Now, a good ballpark figure for me is 1 hour of intense cardiovascular plyometric training. And I'll put in a little plug. Watch my Lucky 13 video. Purchase it if you don't have it, because it is geared straight for fighting, and it takes roughly about an hour to get through. Now, ideally, can you do that midday? I don't know what your schedule is like, but if you can, that's when you want to do it. This way, you'll have enough time to recover for your evening technical training session. Now, let's say you just can't do it in the afternoon. Well, okay, let's look at the second phase. Let's get to your techniques. Let's work on your technical training, be it the strikes, the boxing, the wrestling, whatever it is that you're doing. Get that in, okay? And when you start to feel gassed, stop, okay? Get a breather, but don't let your mind wander. During that time when you're trying to recover physically, this is when you focus on your mental training. Run through scenarios, do some visualization, take notes. If you're in a classroom setting, watch what everybody else is doing. Look at things and say, I see what that guy's doing. I wonder if he could have done this, or should I do that? And literally, get a pad and a paper and take it down while you're recovering. This is a good way of not wasting time while you're getting your second win. Now, when it comes to getting great technique, well, there's no shortcuts. I'm going to tell you right now, it's endless repetitions. But more than just repetitions, they have to be perfect or near perfect. It does you no good to show up at the gym gassed, or if you're already starting to get gassed, you're going to have to cut your workout back, at least the physical aspect of your workout, because it just doesn't do you any good to be practicing sloppy technique. The way I fight is very explosive. The way I coach is very explosive. So therefore, that means my cardio training is geared towards plyometrics and intervals. That's the quickest and surest way to get fit. So maybe you know that ultimately I want to be able to do my cardiovascular for an hour or even longer. Hey, even 15 minutes of explosive training is going to be okay, because the quicker you can develop that, then that means there's more time that you can put into your gym workout to get your reps, okay? And that's what it's all about. working to get the ability to do your repetitions over and over again. It's like a musician practicing his or her scales, chords, inversions. You have to have enough energy to be able to get through these things. Boy, the big question that I get, what's most important? Strength training, cardio, technique, blah, blah, blah. They're all equally important. You know, it's just like a balanced diet. First of all, we can't live on just food. We also have to have water. And when it comes to food, you can't eat nothing but protein or nothing but carbs. You have to balance everything out. And that's how your training has to be as well. Everything has to be balanced. You know, in a perfect world, we could work out 5-6 hours a day and become world class, right? But many of us can't do that. So you have to take it the way you can. I'd start out by trying to break everything down into 1-hour blocks. Now, that means technical training, cardiovascular training, and strength training. Now, you may say, well, that's 3 hours a day. I don't have 3 hours extra a day. No, that's okay. You can work it in, meaning maybe an hour Monday, Wednesday, and Friday strength training. Maybe an hour Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday cardiovascular training. And then try to work in your technique training as well. And even if you don't have an hour, let's cut it down even less. 30 minutes of strength, 30 minutes of cardio, 30 minutes of technique training. You know, there's an expression, no pain, no gain. Well, I don't really like that expression. My expression is no train, no gain. The only way to get better is by training, little bit at a time. And then once your body starts getting acclimated and you're knowing now, okay, I can do without this today and I can make up for it tomorrow. It's really not robbing Peter to pay Paul. It is a program where you're just shifting schedules around so you can get these workouts in. You are still going to make tremendous progress. So in the end, see if you can get these stolen moments in your schedule. Start small, increase the time, and eventually you are going to fall into a great routine where now all of a sudden you're going to start replacing other things that are getting in the way of your training rather than vice versa. Thanks so much for watching this video. You know where to find me at catchrussell.com, and if you don't mind, please hit the like and subscribe button and ring that bell so you can get notifications of further videos. It's been nice talking to you. I'll see you real soon.